handle it. Let's hope so. Only time will tell. Yeah. And he might come out of this game with flying colours.
Well, maybe. I mean, he's a Portugal youth international, so he's certainly got talent. But being 21 years of age, everybody always says, the old cliche is that the more experienced the goalkeeper is, the better they are. Is that particularly true in your experience?
I think it is. He's 21, and it is. You don't really hit your prime as a goalkeeper, so they reckon until you're about 28, 30, to be quite honest. So, it's going to be an hard game. I'm sure he'll have had a sleepless night last night, but this is what he's born to do. This is what he wants to do. He wants to be a goalkeeper at Everton Football Club. Here's your opportunity. Go and grasp it.
Yeah, well, we haven't seen much of him. Obviously, we saw him come on off the bench against Burnley. I think he played against Salford in the League Cup earlier on in the season. So it's a pretty new player coming into the side. But he'll have that experienced defence in front of him, and they've got to be rock solid tonight, haven't they? I mean, you just have to look at the City players: Aguero, Jesus, Sterling, De Bruyne. The list goes on. Yeah. They've got to be at their absolute best, haven't they?
They have. We've got to be really solid. We've got to protect the young boy as well. Anything that comes into the box, we've got to meet. But Man City don't really play like that. They don't deliver balls like Burnley do into the box and make it competitive in that way. They will like balls down the side for whoever plays, Jesus, Aguero, whatever. They like them in and around the box, and they like to play around. But I think concentration-wise, we've got to be on it today. The defenders could be interesting. Will we start with 3 at the back, 3 centre backs, 2 wing backs? Possibly. We could do that. So, but whoever plays this evening, it's going to be a stern test. They know that. They don't need telling from us. They know what Man City are all about, and they've got 90 minutes or extra time as well to do it.
Well, yeah. You're talking there about around the edge of the box and that sort of thing. In between the lines is really where Manchester City have their threat, don't they?
The movement is fantastic. The players just allowed to go anywhere on the pitch. You can't really say that they play a certain system, because you just find players, De Bruyne or whatever, goes where they want. Sterling goes where he wants. So. Yeah, it's a nightmare to play against. It really would be.
I mean, me and Sarah were just talking before we went on air about, would you play one holding midfielder in Alan? Would you play 2 with Davies? Decore is going to be missing for tonight as well. We'll get the team news in 3 minutes or so. Yeah. But would you try and play as defensively as possible and just see if you can nick it with a smash and grab, Allardyce style?
No, because I think at some point Man City will break you down. If you just sit in and let them come onto you. City have got too many good players not to break you down. I think we've got to, as I said before, we've got to squeeze up. We've Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison, whoever's playing up front. I think we've got to squeeze Man City's back 4 and don't allow them to play, because they're the best. They're probably the best in Europe at playing out from the back into midfield. They've got so many good players. So make it uncomfortable if we can for them. Go and press them, and let's see what they're like defensively. If we work them in their own half.
And when we beat Liverpool at Anfield earlier on in the season, it was the fast start that gave us the edge in that. That's probably what we're going to need tonight, surely.
We are. First goal's crucial. It really is crucial. If City get it, then they retain the ball really good, and they'll get a second and a third. But if we score first, and as I said, we're determined from the kick-off, we score the first goal, then City have got to come out. They might leave the odd gaps at the back, and we hopefully exploit that again.
Maybe.
Come on, semi-final. Come on.
It will be brilliant. So in terms of getting the goals, who would you like to see start up front? And we are going to get the team news in 2 minutes, but just entertain me for now.
Do
you have Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin together, or would you go for width, maybe with Iwobi, Bernard? There's options, which is a good thing.
There is options, even though we have got a few injuries as well. There is options, but I don't know. I really don't know. Do we go width-wise, or do we go Richarlison and, as you said, Calvert-Lewin, and put their defenders under pressure? I'd go with 2 up front. I really would.
Yeah.
Why? It's a one-off game. Let's take it. If we sit back, I'll convince myself that Man City will win this game. But if we make it uncomfortable, we pressurise them, get them off the stride. I don't want to see whoever plays at the back get in it here and the keeper playing out. It's an FA Cup tie. Get after them from the first whistle.
Yeah. And for me, to get at them from the first whistle, you need a proper leader on the pitch, and that leader is Seamus Coleman. You'd expect him to start in this kind of game, wouldn't you? Such magnitude behind it.
Yeah, I would like to see Seamus Coleman playing. He is a leader. He's been a great player for us. He truly is. He's a legend, the kid, and it's right up his street, this FA Cup tie. Whether he plays or not, we'll see in about a minute's time. But it's quite interesting. I'm quite excited to see our team and see what formation we are going to play.
Just quickly before we get the team news, what's Carlo Ancelotti going to say to the players before they come out tonight?
I don't think Carlo says a lot really anyway, does he? You just look at the man and think, I've got to go out and play for him. He's a winner himself as a player and a manager. So what more can he what can he do to inspire you? He inspires you anyway. He's the manager. He's fantastic. He's absolutely. You'd love to play for him.
Well, these are the players who are playing for him tonight. Team news is in. Everton versus Manchester City in the FA Cup quarter-final. A lovely trip to Wembley will be on the cards. João Virginia does start in goal. You look particularly thrilled there. Mason Holgate also in the side. Be interesting to see what the midfield is today. Alan, he's certainly going to be part of that midfield. Richarlison starts once more. He's been in great goal-scoring form of late. Dominic Calvert-Lewin got that goal against Burnley as well. It's nice to see him back on goal-scoring form. Gylfi Sigurdsson in the side as well. It's looking very attacking so far. Luca Dean, best left-back in the league. Don't let anybody tell you anything else. Yerry Mina starts also. Nice to see Big Yerry back. Andre Gomez also continues in the middle. His hair looking a lot shorter there than what it actually is now. Ben Godfrey, been a revelation since signing from Norwich, and Seamus Coleman does start as well. And Michael Keane gets a spot on the bench. So that was the name I was looking for there. Tom Davies also on the bench, and a few names there who you've not seen in blue before. Jean-Luc Leban, Kyle John, Nathan Broadhead. Not seen them here at Goodison Park. A very young bench, but that starting 11, it looks like it's going to be 3 centre-backs.
Are you surprised Michael Keane isn't playing?
I'm very surprised.
I'm very surprised that Michael's not starting. Be interesting why he isn't starting really, but you just look at the Man City side as well.
You know, Kyle Walker, Raheem Sterling, England internationals, and you've got the experience of Fernandinho. Although they aren't playing Edison, they've got the second choice goalkeeper in, Zach Steffen. But you know, those defenders, Walker, Laporte, Zinchenko as well. You know, and Diaz as well, who's been brilliant since signing from Benfica. It looks to me like they're going to be playing a back 4.
Yeah, it does from that. But you look at Gundogan and they've got good players all over.
And there's the bench.
Oh, please turn that bench off. I don't even want to see that.
Kevin De Bruyne. You know, John Stones as well, former Blue, of course. He's
Mahrez is in unbelievable form as well. I'm delighted he's not playing, to be quite honest. I think he's been outstanding.
Well, he scored that goal against us, didn't
he? He did. And but it's a fabulous bench, and I'm sure. Let's hope they need him, because the only way Pep will probably bring them on is if they get him beat. So I don't mind. Let them come on. That means we'll be doing the job. So,
exactly.
But it's a tough ask. It really is. But as we say, it's a cup tie. I keep saying it's a cup tie, and it is. I wish fans were in here, because this place would be rocking this evening. It really would. I'm
just trying to work out the formation. So in midfield, Gomez and Sigurdsson and Alan. Will that be a flat 3? Yeah. It's kind of hard to tell, because it's 3 centre backs with Coleman and Dean as the wing backs, and then Alan presumably above the centre backs. It's kind of, he always keeps us guessing, doesn't he?
It
Carlo?
does, yeah. We'll not know until 5:30 when we line up to kick off. You'll know the formation we're going to play. But it looks that way. Alan definitely be the one sitting. Hopefully Gylfi will be pushing forward, and hopefully supplying Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. But the boys will be buzzing about this game. They really will. No better game as a player to be involved in at Goodison Park. Quarter-final against Man City, against probably the best team in Europe. So, the boys will be buzzing. They know it's going to be difficult. When as soon as the ball got drawn out, Everton versus Man City, you knew, you went, oh, no. But there's upsets in the FA Cup. This will be an upset, but not a massive one because we're a big club.
Yeah, well, what could help with the upset is maybe the conditions, because there we go, the spotlight's just blowing off your face for a moment there. Could the wind and the rain maybe impact the Manchester City team more than us tonight? I like to think we're tougher and harder than Manchester City.
Yeah, we are well harder. Well harder.
We're at the right end of the M62.
Yeah, correct. But no, I'm sure Man City are relishing the tie as well. I'm just hoping it's a good game. Obviously, I'm hoping we win, and full story. But I think it'll be a good game this evening. Yeah.
Well, if it's anything like the game which saw us get to this round, we're surely in for an entertaining evening. Now, remember, get your questions into Snods. Get onto Twitter, #EvertonLive. Sarah will be asking him some questions later on. Now, anyway, this is how we got through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup in a great 5-4 win over Tottenham Hotspur.
Well, after Saturday night's stirring comeback at Manchester United, it's midweek FA Cup football for Everton. In it comes from Son, and there's the flick on, and it's in from Davinson Sanchez. An early goal for Spurs. Everton pick up again here. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, it's there! Dominic Calvert-Lewin with the equaliser for Everton. That is his 50th goal in an Everton jersey. Richarlison, can he get a shot away? He certainly can! What a goal! Calvert-Lewin teeing up Richarlison, and the Brazilian did the rest. Sigurdsson now trying to bring that down, but under control, and he did it very well indeed. And then Calvert-Lewin's gone down in the box, and Everton have a penalty. Sigurdsson, can he get the better of Lloris? He certainly can, with some comfort. Eric Lamela for Spurs. Son. Oh, it's got through to Lamela, and Lamela has scored. And there's the corner, a brilliant save initially from Olsen, but turned home by Tottenham. Sigurdsson. Now Richarlison, he's found space inside the penalty area. What a finish! Oh, that's brilliant from Richarlison. A superb take and an instant finish with the left foot to get the better of Hugo Lloris. Here's Son, and that's the equaliser from Harry Kane. Bernard for Sigurdsson. No space to get a shot away, but he's turned it back for Bernard. And Bernard has scored! Oh, wonderfully worked by Sigurdsson for Bernard. And how about that? It's finished Everton 5, Tottenham 4.
I tell you what, if there's one thing to get you in the mood for this tie, it's watching back at the highlights of the last round and the dramatic 5-4 win over Spurs here at Goodison Park. Now, I'm absolutely delighted to say that joining us on Everton Live, we have Everton Women superstar Izzy Christiansen. Izzy, thank you so much for joining us. How are you today?
Yeah, very well, thanks. Had a hard training session, so back from Finch Farm, ready to watch the game this afternoon.
I was going to say, looking forward to this one. And did you watch the 5-4, the dramatic one against Spurs in the last month?
Yeah, I saw that. It was a superb game. I think just goes to show magic of the FA Cup. Hoping for a bit more magic today.
Definitely. Well, speaking of the magic of the FA Cup, Izzy, and a game, a quarter-final at this very ground, Goodison Park, last year against Chelsea, where Everton, we were the underdogs, I think it's safe to say, going into the game. But we came out 2-1 winners that day and ultimately booked our place at Wembley and the FA Cup final. What was it like that day playing here at Goodison Park?
Yeah, I mean, just talking about it makes me smile. Goodison Park is a place for quarter-final wins for Everton. So hoping the lads can replicate what we did today. Obviously, what a day that was, taking us into the semi-final of the FA Cup, which we then went on and went into the final. So it's the start of making more history, really, for the club, a club which is already rich with history in this competition. And it's a real opportunity now to play against the best side, arguably, in the world and empty the tanks and see where they can go. But hopefully there's an Everton name in the semi-final draw.
Oh, well, let's hope so. It's going to be a very difficult task, as we know Manchester City are an absolutely exceptional side. There's no questions about that. And as you said, we are the underdogs. But do you think sometimes that helps, like maybe having a little bit less pressure on you. Going in as the underdogs, there's something quite nice about going into a game wanting to upset people, isn't there?
Absolutely, and I've just seen the starting 11, and you look at Sigurdsson's back in there, and you're looking at it going, there's goals in this team, obviously with Calvert-Lewin up top and Richarlison, there's goals, there's hungry players, and Man City are not going to like playing against those players at all. So it's nice to be an underdog, but I think in the dressing room, Ancelotti will be telling the lads that they've got to believe in this and match them toe-to-toe and anything can happen.
Absolutely. As you said, plenty of firepower in that starting 11. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is absolutely on fire this season. Richarlison as well. So it is the FA Cup. Anything can happen. Favourites kind of go out the window, and fingers crossed, as you said, we'll have a trip booked to Wembley to make it the second trip to Wembley following the FA Cup final with yourselves back in November. And what an incredible occasion that was. But Izzy, just on Everton Women's season, obviously a little bit of a disappointing result in the week, but before that, a massive 4-0 win and really showing what it is we can do as a team. Yeah,
it's been obviously a bit up and down. We went into the Chelsea game midweek just gone with a lot of belief that we can upset them. We know that we've already beaten them once this season at Goodison, so we knew that they weren't going to enjoy coming to Wolfenden Park and playing against us. But hats off to them. In fairness, they're a team littered with world-class players, and they really performed off the back of a difficult week with the Champions League and the League Cup final. So, and sometimes you got to put your hands up and say credit where it's due, but we know that we've analysed the game today, we've trained hard today, and we've tried to put things right. So for us, it's about this journey that we're on and keeping focused and keeping doing our best.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is a journey and it is a process. And I think it's easy to, there's a lot of pressure that's put on when you see that there is investment. But I think we have to look at the progress that this team has made. In the time that I've been with the club, even the first season I came in, started working with the team and narrowly avoided relegation. Last season was a top 6 finish. This season we looked well on course to finish in the top 5. And it's just about growing each season, isn't it? You've, of course, penned your future to the club, Lucy Graham, Sandy McKeever. So this is an exciting time to be at the club. And we know it's not going to happen overnight, don't we? But you can really see this becoming an exciting project with Everton.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I joined because I could see a vision, I could see a project evolving, I could see excitement building around the club. And I think I've said it since I joined, since the start of the season, that it feels like the club, not just the women's team, but the club is moving fast upwards. And obviously Everton's a huge name in English football, one with a lot of history, massively traditional club with the best values, in my opinion. And I think that, yeah, we've got to sometimes acknowledge the journey, and this is just the start. Obviously, players of the quality of the 3 that you've mentioned penning their futures to the club, it shows that we are moving in the right direction. We've just got to keep building and keep trusting in the process that we're in.
Definitely. And just quickly to finish on Izzy as well, something that I believe will help spur you girls on even more going forward. We've heard that there could be fans back this season, but certainly should be for next season. How excited are you to pulling on that royal blue jersey at Wolfenden Park in front of some mad Evertonians?
Well, I mean, I didn't know that, so that's news to me now. So, I mean, that's just amazing. I think we've needed that, we've missed that, and obviously it's going to be, hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't want to speak too soon, but hopefully a huge asset to us having fans back in the stadium and spurring us on, because we know that the club of Everton got rich support and passionate support. We want to be playing in front of that. So hopefully, if that's true, then hopefully that will spur us on for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of Everton fans, we're fortunate enough to have one in our team, although he's on the bench today. Tom Davies spoke to some Everton fans earlier this week.
I know it.
Lockdown has been really hard. I've been off school for a year now, and I miss my friends and family so much. What or who have you missed in lockdown, and what is the first thing you think you want to do when things are back to normal?
Great question. Oh, I think for me, I'm the same as you. I really miss not seeing my friends and my family. They mean everything to me. So I think for me, yeah, I've really missed them, but it's been a chance for me to appreciate how much I do love my family and friends. So for when lockdown's done, I think I'm definitely going to go and see my friends that I haven't saw. I've got to spend time with my mum and dad over lockdown, but my friends and family, I want to go and see them. Maybe go for a big meal. Maybe a movie. I've missed the movies.
How are you, Kyle?
Hey, Kyle.
How does it feel to beat Liverpool after 10 years and get man of the match?
Great question, Kyle. Yeah. You know, for us all, it was a great day, and I was so lucky to be a part of it. Mate, it was great actually being there. I'm gutted the fans weren't there because it would have been an unbelievable day for us all, but there'll be many more to come, I'm sure of it.
I love your style tips, so you'd be a fashion designer.
Do you love my style?
Yep.
Thank you very much. I'd love to design some clothes one day.
Would you ever design an Everton strip?
Oh, I'd love to. I'm so happy you said that because now people might actually think I could do it.
Yeah, young Tom Davies there. What a top player, what a top lad, what a top Evertonian. You just can't watch the lad and not smile, can you?
No, he loves the club, don't he? And that's what we need, players that want to play for this football club, and Tom's certainly one of them.
Definitely. Well, we were talking just off air then as well. It's interesting that Tom's recently said that he was going to ask Carlo Ancelotti if he could go on loan this season because he didn't think that he'd make it into the team. And Carlo sat down with him and said, no, I want you here. I want you to play. And he's obviously worked tremendously hard. He's been watching videos of Alan and trying to learn the role. He's most improved player this season, would you say, Snods?
He's certainly... the last couple of months, he's come in and done the job. When Alan was out injured, Tom came in there, and his performances were really, really determined, really upbeat, to be quite honest. But that's what you want from your manager. If you're feeling a little bit down and you think, am I going to get in, am I not? Carlo Ancelotti sat him down, apparently, as you said, and said, look, you're going to be part of this football team. That's what you want to hear as a player. It gives you confidence. I'm sure he went in feeling into his office thinking, I need to get away. He's come out 10 foot tall. That's what a good manager does. And it's showing in Tom's performances recently.
Yeah, he's been absolutely fantastic. I did have it in my notes that it would have been Tom's 100th start for the club today. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, we'll see what the other lads do, but he is on the bench. We could need his energy in the second half, but either way, it's going to be a tasty cup tie. And throwing it back to cup action as well, here is our under-18s in FA Youth Cup action against Wigan, and it was a dramatic one, this was too. Well, a massive congratulations to our under-18s. What a turnaround that was, to be 2-0 down, to come back and win 4-2. Just shows that the magic, again, of these cup competitions, doesn't it? Anything can happen. Yeah,
I'm watching it on our YouTube channel, and Wigan deservedly went 2-0 up as well. They played quite well early doors, first 20 minutes, and we really didn't. And it's a massive event, the FA Youth Cup, when you're a youngster like that, 16, 17-year-old. You look forward to the youth draw. And I believe they had a lot of Scousers in the team as well, Wigan, so they would have wanted to turn Everton over. But the boys fought back well and won convincingly in the end in extra time. So good performance in the end.
High drama, we're used to seeing that in the Cup. I'm sure we'll probably see some high drama today. And I was just having a giggle with you there, Snods. I was going to ask you, I won't put you on the spot now because I wouldn't want to be asked. I was going to ask you who your 5 takers would be, but if we were to go to penalties today, but I'm guessing we're all probably hoping that it doesn't go to penalties. Yeah,
I hope it don't go to penalties. It is a lottery. I know if I were playing in the Monday, I wouldn't be one of them 5 penalty takers, by the way. But no, I don't hope it goes to penalties. But if it does and it means us going through, then I'll take penalties. So, but before the teams come out for warm up, you look at this Man City side and you think, and I don't like bullying anybody up, any teams that play Everton, but these are an exceptional team. We know what job we've got to do, and it's going to be a difficult one. But I just hope the boys are right up for this from 5:30, and let's upset one or two of the Man City players. Let's see if we can upset Pep on the touchline as well. That's what it's all about. Yes. Get amongst them, upset them, and you never know. I'm saying you never know. We've got every chance today. Every chance.
We have. Oh, Snods, I just love it. We're coming on here with you. You've got me fired up. I think we want to get into that dressing room
Correct.
Now and give him an absolute rallying cry. But another big game tomorrow for our under-23s versus Arsenal, and you can watch it live on our YouTube channel. And to preview that one, we spoke to Ryan Astley.
We know how good our team is. When we play our best, there's not many, well, there is probably better in the league if we're all on form. So yeah, the confidence is still there because we know we're all good players. We'll be able to beat them. So yeah, confidence still there.
Where do you think you'll need to improve against Arsenal, where maybe things haven't gone quite as you wanted them to in the past couple of games?
We need to probably stay more focused throughout the whole game. So when the opposition have more possession, we need to be able to just get into our shape and just defend as a unit, as a whole team as well, which we haven't done a few times, which has led to a few goals. That's the only thing we say we need to work on, which we will do, put right on Sunday.
And you've been training with the first team quite regularly recently. What do you gain from that as a young player?
Loads. It quickens your football brain, quickens everything up. So once you come back down to the 23s, you keep the same, the way you train, the tempo, everything. You improve so much with playing up there. It's a lot different, but it's very good standard.
What is it like to be around a manager like Carlo Ancelotti, and can you talk a little bit about the atmosphere created by him and the coaching staff?
It's good. It's real good to be up there. It's relaxed, but everyone knows once it's training, it's training. You have to put 100% in every time. But also, he's very good at just speaking. He's a real good manager for man management.
What is it about his man management that you've noticed, Ryan? Is it the fact that he talks to players individually, or how he creates that winning mentality within the group?
He's definitely created a winning mentality, and everything we do in training is you have to win. It's really, everything is have to win, even set pieces. That everything is just, he knows when to pick out people out just to speak to them and stuff. He's very clever, very clever.
Well, welcome back to Everton Live, and we are joined by a very special guest, former Toffee and Match of the Day expert, Leon Osman, joins us via Zoom. How are you doing, Leon?
I'm okay, thanks, Dan. Yourself?
Yes, mate, very good. The rain's just started blowing into the park end here, so, it looks a lot nicer where you are in the Match of the Day studio.
It's not raining here yet.
Well, thanks for joining us. Obviously, you're going to be talking about this game this evening on Match of the Day. Presumably, you watched a game last month against Manchester City where they pretty much dominated us. Everton are going to have to change it up for tonight's game, aren't they?
Yeah, we're going to have to find the answer. It's an FA Cup tie. It's a one-off game. It's one of those where, if you get beat 6-0, it's the same as getting beat 1-0. You're still out. So I think it's an opportunity to go and try and impose yourself, to not worry about anything else except trying to get the results. And, as you said, we've had a taster against Manchester City. We got to see them at close hands at Goodison Park a few weeks back. So we should have been able to have an assessment of how to stop them and where to take advantage of their frailties as well, albeit they don't seem to have many at the moment. And having won the Merseyside derby of late as well, that should give the players a huge amount of confidence that they can get a result today.
Well, I was saying this to Snods before. Surely we just have to replicate that performance tactically, energy-wise, and we could possibly beat Manchester City.
Yeah, well, I think replicate it in the terms of energy, application, desire. But I think the tactics will have to differ. I think that if you follow the manager's instructions the same way they did against Liverpool or Anfield, then I have every chance, because Carlo's so astute when it comes to tactical awareness and what it takes to beat the opposition. So if he gets that same application out of the players, then fingers crossed it could go our way.
Yeah. So I want to talk to you about the 2009 Cup run, which saw us get through to the FA Cup final. The quarter final, we played Middlesbrough here. I think I'm right in saying we went behind in that game, and at half time we were losing 1-0. What did the manager say at half time to you to turn that around? Can you remember what David Moyes said?
I can't remember the specifics, but I remember it being a rousing speech, is my way of saying politely that he gave us a right earful. And just a reminder that, we were fortunate that the stadium was full. The noise that was generated, the excitement in the stadium was amazing. And it was just a bit of direction to get out there and let it all out, leave it all out there on the pitch, and don't come off with any regrets. And, it certainly had its effect, because we went out in that second half and scored the goals that were needed to get us through to the semi-final.
Yeah. So that team then under David Moyes, there was a great team spirit in that team. There seems to be a great team spirit now. Is there any other kind of things that you see similar to this side as your side back then?
I think the organisation is very good. You talk about team spirit, but within that team spirit, I see relationships on the pitch. I see people wanting to link up, people having real friendships, people seeming to care about each other off the field. I've been fortunate enough to speak to the likes of Tom Davies and Dominic and Ben Godfrey, doing interviews with them, and they're getting really good chemistry and good relationships off the field as well as on the field. And I always feel that is huge. I think that develops a squad. It brings your football awareness and your intellectual knowledge of each other further down the line. And I always think that makes for better teams and better awareness. You only have to look at the likes of Baines and Pino and how they linked up at times down the left-hand side. So I think relationships off the pitch are key, and I think Everton have got good ones at the moment.
Yeah, so it might be a straightforward answer to this one, but how much would it mean to the Evertonians and the Everton players to get to Wembley tonight and possibly go on and win this competition?
It's hard to put into words, isn't it? We want it. We need it. I'm going to sit. I'm as nervous as anyone. Fingers crossed that we can get a result, because it's been far too long that our club's been without silverware, and we tried in the Carabao Cup this year. Got close. We're trying in this one. We've put a good run together up till now, and it's great to see us really taking the competitions seriously right from the first round each time. So we can't really ask for anything more. Fingers crossed our team can put in a great performance and get the result we need.
Yeah, and just one more question before you go, Leon. Can you have a word with the execs at Match of the Day and see if they can put Everton on first tonight, so that we don't have to play up too late? Can you help us out with that?
Listen, if we win, I'll be making sure it's on first. If we don't, I'll happily put it last.
Brilliant. Well, have a lovely time on Match of the Day, and thanks a lot for talking to us tonight, Leon.
No problem. Thanks, guys. Good luck.
Cheers, mate. Well, there's a couple of goals of yours in this, Leon. Here's some goals of Everton have scored against Manchester City in the past.
With Rooney, it's his 200th goal in the Premier League. Chip it up for Vance. And Chelsea, it's a beauty.
Ferguson, Campbell, Ferguson.
Into Yakubu, who steers it into the goal.
Sheedy with a spectacular goal. What a beauty. A magnificent goal.
Here's Gibson.
He's at the straight deflection in.
Ball comes to Johnson.
It's there! It's scored by Tim Cahill in injury time for Everton. Great header!
Pino and is! It's driven in by Everton.
Lovely little cut back. Lineker is onside. It's the hat-trick.
Gosling for Everton, great goal. Raczynski's in here.
Okay, for Davies. Between Clichy and Toure. Lukaku, Barkley. Back to Davies. What a moment for Tom Davies.
What a goal.
Scored it, having made it.
What a day that was. Tom Davies scoring in front of the Gladys Street.
Brilliant.
4-0.
Oh, we were outstanding that day, and it was a special goal by Tom that day. And he arrived that day, certainly did.
Really did. And running into the Gladys Street supporters as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he must have dreamt that over and over in his head so many times.
Yeah, if you're going to score, it needs to be at the Gladys Street end as well, doesn't it, really?
The first one. So we just over our shoulder there, we saw John Stones. I think he had a bit of a mare in that game, if I remember correctly. But we were just saying it's amazing how he's progressed since leaving Everton and becoming.
He's a great lad. He's a great lad. He come out and get it the old thumbs up, and I always got on well with John when we used to go up to Finch Farm as ambassadors of the club, and he's always talkative, and he's an exceptional player. There's no doubt about it. And since he's got back into this Manchester City team as well, his performances have been outstanding. So he's an England regular. He's if your team are playing from the back out, I don't think there's any better player than a player like John Stones playing out from the back.
Absolutely. So thank goodness he's on the bench.
Yes,
tonight, which is a good thing. So just quickly then, your experiences of playing against Manchester City. Obviously they're a very different team now to what they were even 15 years ago. Yeah, some great games. Used to love playing at Main Road. It were Main Road then, and the atmosphere used to be great as well. So it's half an hour down the road really. So there was some cracking games against. The rivalry between Liverpool and Everton and the two Manchester clubs has always been there. But as I said, there was a lot of Evertonians played for City, and City players have played here. So I think they've been quite close over the years, Manchester City and Everton as two football clubs. But really, really good games, and it's a great football club. Yeah, well, fingers crossed we can have another good game this evening. Any questions for Snods? Remember, #EvertonLive. Get on Twitter. Sarah's going to be asking him some questions very, very soon. But before we get into that, let's hear from Mr. Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Dominic, a bit of mixed form going into this match. Do you look back on the 3-1? I know you didn't play in that game, but you could watch from above and give us your verdict. What did you learn from that game?
I think the main thing is that we understand the quality that Man City have got, and it's about kind of trying to stop them from playing as hard as it can be at times. But we've got to, we're playing at Goodison Park, so we have to make sure we bring our tempo to the game and get in their faces and get after them, really.
So it's not about defending with patience, maybe taking advantage with set pieces, or what do you do? How do you cancel them out?
Could be. Don't want to give the tactics away though, do I? No, I think, if you give them too much respect, they can dictate the game and kind of play at their tempo. So it's important that we stick together, I think, and communicate and do all the basics right in order to beat them today.
You've got a few injuries to contend with as well, and a third choice goalkeeper in goal. You're going to have to defend him in some way, protect him?
I think he was fantastic, when he came into the game and he was called upon last week, and that would have given him all the confidence in the world and everything he needed to, go into today. I'm sure it's a new experience for him, but he's been in and around the first team squad for a long time now, so it's his chance now to show what he's capable of.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin there ahead of this game, no doubt very much looking forward to this one. Now, Snods, do you think Dom could be the difference for us today? If we are able to get through this tie, we'd love to get on the score sheet.
Dom's come on leaps and bounds over the last 12 months, 18 months. He really is. He's looking a complete striker, and I don't think Manchester City defenders will enjoy playing against Dominic, because he puts them under pressure. He's good in the air. He's got good pace. So they'll be worried about Dominic. Certainly will this evening.
And he'll definitely get in amongst it, won't he? He's a player that's not put off by playing against the very best. He actually seems to thrive in those situations.
I would like to think, Sarah, 10 outfield players will get amongst it today. It's an FA Cup tie. Come on. Come on.
I want you to get out there, Snods, to be honest with you.
I wish I was 30 years younger. Yeah.
Now, here we come to my favourite part, as you know. It's the questions that we've got in for you, Snods, from our watchers at home. And I really like this one, right? It's a bit off topic, but we like that. Distract us from what's to come. Larry D wants to know, cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Oh.
Dogs. I've just got myself a little pup about 5 weeks ago.
Honestly?
So I've got a Labradoodle. So yes, dogs, definitely.
Dogs, little Labradoodle. What's his name?
Jasper.
Jasper.
I'm getting a lot of stick back home in Birkdale about it. Graham Stewart will be probably watching this. He'll be ribbing me now. Everybody knows about Jasper in Birkdale Village at the minute, so I'll be getting some more stick now.
Well, hopefully one of the times you can bring Jasper here and he can
I will.
He can be on with us for Everton Live. That would be absolutely fantastic. Toffee Man 22 says, pint, holiday, block. 3 of your former teammates. Who would you go for a drink with? Who would you go away for a week with? And who would you ignore their calls?
Ooh, I can't say who I'd ignore my calls, definitely.
There's probably already someone there that's going, I know that.
I won't go with Sharpie for a drink, because he don't buy a drink, so it'd cost me a fortune. And a week away, I couldn't go with Graham Stewart for a week as well, because his banter is dire, to be honest. So I don't really know. Just let me get away from all ex-players, all my teammates before. Just let me have a week away on my own.
Just a pint and a week away on your own.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
It is, exactly.
Couldn't come any better. Yeah.
I love that. So none of them for
none
you
of them.
then, Snods.
None of them.
There
no.
you go. There's your answer, Toffee Man. Snods by himself, pint of beer, bit of sunshine.
Correct.
Sounds like what you're going to be doing.
Vodka and Coke, not a pint.
Vodka and Coke,
yeah,
eh?
not a pint.
Is that what you're going to be doing?
I'm not a pint man. No.
I had you down as a pint drinker, Snods.
No.
Vodka
Definitely.
and Coke.
A little vodka and Coke, yeah. Only 1 or 2.
Are you going to? Is that going to be one of the first things you're getting on when this lockdown's over? You're going to get abroad?
I might go abroad, and I'd love an holiday. I think everybody in England would love to get away, get a bit of sun. But saying that, if we have the same summer as we had last year, it was quite nice last summer, so don't mind staying in and around Southport area.
Exactly, nice little beach there for you
it's
as well.
Lovely, Southport. It's great.
We look like we're an advert for holidays. We should probably get back to tonight's game. I'd sit and chat cats and dogs and vodka and stuff with you all evening, Snods. But on today's game, we just mentioned Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Sigurdsson's starting there as well. Obviously, James is out injured, and he'll provide that bit of creativity. Who else do you see as being like the key players for Everton today?
I think the defenders.
Yes.
The defenders have got to do the job. Every one of them today. They've all got to be on the guard, all got to be on the metal for 90 minutes, or if it goes to extra time, another extra 30 minutes. But I think defensively we've got to be so solid against this Manchester City side, and hopefully one of the strikers, Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin, will score a goal. That's what we're hoping for. But we've got to be solid at the back. We've not got to concede early doors. That's the big job. The first 20 minutes, let's be solid. Let's not let Man City take an early lead.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, defensively we've shown that we could be really, really strong this season. And, of course, with Virginia coming in goal as well.
Yeah, we've got to protect that young lad today. We really have. We've got to hopefully give him a bit of confidence. And his first couple of touches is going to be important as well. He'll be nervous, and rightly so. He's 21-year-old. He's playing against Man City. But, as we say, that's what he wants to be. He wants to be a goalkeeper at a top club. He's got his opportunity.
Absolutely, you're right, Snods. And I was saying before, the fact that he is so young, and obviously he's come in, Pickford and Olsen both unavailable. In some ways, he's got enormous amounts of pressure on him, but in another sort of way, he doesn't have too much pressure on him, because people are going, oh, he's third choice keeper, they're not putting too much expectation on him. But do you think that will maybe help a little bit, that he's kind of got nothing to lose and everything to prove?
No, he hasn't. He's playing probably against one of the best side in Europe at the time, and with the strikers they've got, with the midfield players that they've got, he's going to be tested. And it's how he handles that first couple of shot saves. Hopefully, the first cross he comes for, hopefully he'll command his area, and that'll give him confidence. Hopefully for the rest of the game.
Definitely, and he did do well, didn't he? Of course,
yeah, he did do
Burnley
well.
When he came on.
He did. He just flapped at one cross that came in early doors, but a couple of saves that he handled himself quite well.
Definitely, and we'll hope for more of the same from Virginia today in what is absolutely, one of the biggest games of Carlo's career, no doubt about that. I'm so nervous getting ready for this one, honestly. I can't wait to get back and watch it. But you think the key will be keeping City out for large parts of the game? Yeah. We expect them to have lots of possession.
Yeah, they have possession at the majority of possession, every team that they play, whether they're playing in Europe against the top teams, or whether they're playing in the Premier League. So we expect them to have loads of ball, but it's how we set up, how solid we're going to be. Got to be a lot of communication between the boys, passing people on, because the movement of Man City is very, very good. So it's all about communication, passing players on, and as I said, don't let them try and get in behind. But they're going to have chances. They are going to have chances, and it's how we cope. I want to see us on the front foot. I really do. And it's difficult to get on the front foot against Man City, but let's pressurise them. Let's let them know they're in a cup game. They're in a quarter-final of a FA Cup competition.
Absolutely, against Everton Football Club
as
well.
Yeah, correct. I'm buzzing. I'm ready. I'm ready for this, Sarah. I really am.
I was just saying to Snods before, I want to hear him from my house down, not too far from here. I want to hear him shouting when I'm watching.
Oh, you'll hear us if you hear me and Darren if we score, definitely.
I'm sure we all will, absolutely. And of course, Pep Guardiola against Carlo Ancelotti. We're talking about two of the best managers in the world, aren't we?
Yeah, the mutual respect they've got for each other as well. I'm sure you'll see that before the game. They'll friendly fist pump, can't shake hands obviously with the pandemic, but the respect that they've got for each other, especially Pep for Carlo is immense. So just let's hope that Carlo gets one over on him this evening.
Absolutely, Snods. Well, thank you so much,
no
as
problem.
ever, for
My
your
pleasure.
time here on Everton Live. Enjoy the
Thank
game.
you.
And talking about Carlo, here's what he had to say ahead of this game.
And looking at Manchester City, they're a tough enough proposition when you've got a fully fit squad. How difficult does this game become when you have the injuries that Everton have this weekend?
I'm not complaining for the players that are not available. It will be a difficult game, but I don't think that it will be easy game for Manchester City. Maybe it's more difficult for us, for sure, because they have better quality than us, but I'm sure that they are going to have a difficult game. That no doubt for this.
And Everton do this season seem to have had a habit of pulling out results against better opposition.
I think we did this kind of game. We did really well, honestly, and where we missed the game with with teams that were more at our level, but with the top teams, we did really well all the time. And so I am confident that tomorrow will be the same.
Hopefully, he'll be the winning manager by the end of tonight. It's going to be a tough game, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It's going to be a tough game. I think it's going to feel like a long game for us Everton fans watching. But, we just got to keep ourselves in it against a very, very good side. But, like Snods was just saying, we are Everton as well. This is a massive football club and a strong team. We're just a bit unfortunate to have the injuries we have, and City are fortunate they don't have any. But it's the Cup. Anything can happen. Let's have it.
Let's have it indeed. If we win this, we get to Wembley. I nearly got hit by one of the Manchester City players' shots, so that's a good sign of what's to come, I'd like to think. But that's it for Everton Live. We'll be back again for Crystal Palace, I think it is, in the Premier League next. So we'll be back for that. But to see us out tonight, it's actually 1 year since we launched the Blue Family, our initiative to support those affected by the pandemic. In fact, the shirts the Everton players are wearing tonight are being auctioned off. If you want to find more about that, go to evertonfc.com. And this is what we've achieved in that year.